6:45 a.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by J. Yogaraj and read by Mario Vijayavardhana. The headlines. World Habitat Day falls today. Many functions organized under strict health guidelines to mark this day. Several housing projects completed with the Indian government's assistance will be vested with the public today. The ADB approves a $110 million loan for healthcare development in Sri Lanka. The daily COVID cases count reached 800 yesterday. Sri Lanka confirms 40 more COVID-19 deaths. In news overseas, the Pandora Papers' secret wealth and dealings of world leaders exposed. In sports news, Manchester City complained to Liverpool about fan allegedly spitting at member of staff. World Habitat Day falls today. World Habitat Day is celebrated annually on the first Monday of October. The event focuses on the state of human settlements and on the basic right of all to adequate shelter. It also aims to remind people that they are responsible for the habitat of future generations. World Habitat Day was established in 1985 by the UN General Assembly through Resolution 40/202 and was first celebrated in 1986. The theme for this year's World Habitat Day is Accelerating Urban Action for a Carbon-Free World. Cities are responsible for some 70% of global carbon dioxide emissions, with transport, buildings, energy and waste management accounting for the bulk of urban greenhouse gas emissions. The future of our planet depends on national, regional and local governments and organizations, communities, academic institutions, the private sector and all relevant stakeholders working together to create sustainable, carbon-neutral, inclusive cities and towns. World Habitat Day will amplify the Global Race to Zero campaign and UN Habitat's Climate Action for Cities and encourage local governments to develop actionable zero-carbon plans in the run-up to the International Climate Change Summit, COP26, in November. Many functions are organized at island-wide locations under strict health guidelines to mark this day. Meanwhile, housing projects completed under the Indian government's assistance will be vested with the public today. The main function will be held at the Temple Trees today with the participation of visiting Indian Foreign Secretary Harshvardhan Shringala. The projects include 2 school buildings in Pussallava and Vadamarachi, Jaffna. This will also include the inauguration of the model housing village in the Manik Farm, Vavuniya, and inauguration of houses Phase 3. The Asian Development Bank has approved a $110 million loan as additional financing for the ongoing health system enhancement project that is improving the primary healthcare system PHC in Sri Lanka. The health system enhancement project, approved in October 2018, is upgrading primary medical care units and division hospitals in the central, north central, Sabargamua and Uva provinces of Sri Lanka. It is strengthening health information systems and disease surveillance capacities as well as supporting policy development, project management and capacity building in the sector. The project also provided crucial resources for the immediate emergency response to the coronavirus disease COVID-19 pandemic in March-April 2020. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Sri Lanka Insurance, like a father, like a mother.
The Director General of Health Services has confirmed another 40 coronavirus-related deaths for October 2nd, increasing the country's death toll due to the virus to 13,059. According to the figures released by the Department of Government Information, the COVID-19 deaths reported include 22 males and 18 females. Just one of the victims was below the age of 30 years, while 11 of them were between 30 to 59. The remaining 28 victims were in the age category of 60 years and above. The total recoveries from the virus infection reached 459,298 as 652 more patients were discharged from medical care upon returning to health. Sri Lanka registered 40 new COVID-related fatalities confirmed by the Director General of Health Services on October 2nd. The new development pushes the official death toll to 13,059. The daily total of new COVID-19 cases moved to 800 yesterday as 258 more people tested positive for the virus, the epidemiology unit of the Health Ministry said. This brings a tally of the coronavirus infections confirmed in the country so far to 520,432. More than 48,000 active cases are currently under medical care at hospitals, treatment centres and homes. Total recoveries from the virus infection reached 459,298 earlier as 652 more patients were discharged from medical care upon returning to health. Meanwhile, Sri Lanka registered 40 new COVID-related fatalities confirmed by the Director General of Health Services on October 2nd. The new development pushed the official death toll to 13,059. The Lady Ridgeway Hospital requests all the parents to encourage their children to get their vaccines from the vaccination drive across the country. Consultant pediatrician Dr. Deepal Pereira says that the children's COVID vaccination rollout will serve as a model for the organisers of vaccination drives in other parts of Sri Lanka. He said the government is planning to vaccinate 83% of the country's total population. He said that there is no recommendation to give the COVID vaccine to primary school children under the age of 12. However, after initiating herd immunity, it will automatically prevent the transmission of the virus among the underage groups. Administering the Pfizer vaccines for children between the ages of 12 and 19 has already started at the LRH, and the drive will commence in every district from tomorrow, he said. However, there was no rush or issue during the vaccination programs. Dr. Deepal Pereira also said all the doctors were maintaining a high-quality service with very close medical attention being paid to the children who were vaccinated. Meanwhile, some parents said all the staff members at the Lady Ridgeway Hospital, including the doctors and the support staff, provide inoculations, and they were very kind and efficient from the registration to the end of the process. That's local news.
Just as love and freedom are important to a child, so too is knowledge. Encouraging their pursuit of knowledge is our most important responsibility as parents.
Sri Lanka Insurance Minimuthu education plans ensure a secure future for your child with a higher education fund, comprehensive protection and a range of additional covers. Minimuthu education plans for children who dare to dream. Sri Lanka Insurance, like a father, like a mother.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
World Habitat Day falls today. World Habitat Day is celebrated annually on the first Monday of October. The event focuses on the state of human settlements and on the basic right of all to adequate shelter. It also aims to remind people that they are responsible for the habitat of future generations. World Habitat Day was established in 1985 by the UN General Assembly through Resolution 40/202 and was first celebrated in 1986. Meanwhile, to mark the World Habitat Day, several housing projects completed with the Indian government's assistance will be vested with the public today. The main function will be held at the Temple Trees today with the participation of visiting Indian Foreign Secretary Harshvardhan Shringala. The projects include 2 school buildings in Pussallava and Vadamarachi Jaffna. This will also include the inauguration of the model housing village in the Manik Farm Vavuniya and inauguration of houses Phase 3 in Uva and Central Provinces.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
And now in Watchlight, a new study carried out by scientists at the Sri Jayawardhanapura University reveals that 9 long COVID symptoms occurring 90 to 180 days after COVID-19 has been diagnosed. Dr. Chandima Jeevandara, the director of the Allergy, Immunology and Cell Biology Unit of the Sri Jayawardhanapura University, said the term long COVID is commonly used to describe signs and symptoms that continue or develop after acute COVID-19.
World News.
In world news headlines, Pandora Papers' secret wealth and dealings of world leaders exposed. Milan plane crash, 8 dead as private jet hits building. In Afghanistan news, several people killed by bomb attack near a Kabul mosque. The secret wealth and dealings of world leaders, politicians and billionaires has been exposed in one of the biggest leaks of financial documents. Some 35 current and former leaders and more than 300 public officials are featured in the files from offshore companies dubbed the Pandora Papers. They reveal the King of Jordan secretly amassed £70 million of UK and US property. They also show how ex-UK Prime Minister Tony Blair and his wife saved £312,000 in stamp duty when they bought a London office. A private plane has crashed into an empty office block in the northern Italian city of Milan, killing all 8 people on board. The plane, which was bound for the island of Sardinia, came down after taking off from Milan's Linate airport. The pilot was Romanian billionaire Dan Petrescu, 68. He died alongside his wife and their son, Italian media say. The crash set the office block and several parked cars on fire. No one on the ground was injured. An investigation into the cause of the crash has been launched. Several people have been killed by a bombing at a mosque in the Afghan capital Kabul, the Taliban have said. 20 were also injured by the blast near Eidgah Mosque, where a prayer ceremony was being held for the late mother of a Taliban spokesman. It is the first major explosion in Kabul since Western forces withdrew in August. Hours later, the Taliban launched attacks on suspected Islamic State militant hideouts. And now the main points of the world news segment once again. Pandora Papers' secret wealth and dealings of world leaders exposed. Milan plane crash, 8 dead as private jet hits building. In Afghanistan news, several people killed by bomb attack near a Kabul mosque. That was world news.
And now in development news.
State Minister Dilum Amunugama said the government has taken effective measures to help private bus operators who could not pay their monthly leasing installments. The necessary funds have been allocated for this purpose. The funds will be dispersed to the respective recipients in due course.
Sports news.
In soccer news, Manchester City have made a complaint to Liverpool after alleging a home fan spat at their backroom staff in the first half of the 2-2 draw at Anfield. Manager Pep Guardiola said he was not aware of the incident at the time but was subsequently notified. "They told me but I didn't see it," he said, after the game, which saw his side come from behind to draw.
Cash through NSB globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to September 30th, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency through NSB U-Trust for 6 months consecutively. Send more money and increase the chances of winning.
Business news. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
The Asian Development Bank Country Director Dr. Chen Chen has stated that the Southern Expressway is the best in the South Asian region. He said so during last week's meeting between the ADB Director General for South Asia's Department, Kenichi Yokoyama, and the Chief Government Whip, Highways Minister Johnston Fernando, at the Ministry of Highways, the ministry said.
Business news. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Cash through NSB globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners.
Economic news, courtesy of
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Emirates is joining Sri Lankans to celebrate the easing of travel restrictions by the British government with the launch of special fares to 5 destinations in the United Kingdom. Going on sale from the 4th of October, these special fares will be valid for travel to London, Birmingham, Manchester, Newcastle and Glasgow up to the 31st of March 2022, provided tickets are booked before the 17th of October. Applicable to all classes of travel, these special all-inclusive fares start at $821 (164,200 rupees) at current rates of exchange on economy class and $2,369 approximately 473,800 rupees on business class, the award-winning airline said. All fares in rupees are subject to the rate of exchange on the day of purchase. Emirates flights can be booked on emirates.com via travel agents or the Emirates sales office.
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Weather report.
The Met Department says showers or thundershowers will occur at times in the Sabaragamu and the central provinces. Several spells of showers will occur in the western and the northwestern provinces and in the Galle and Matra districts. Showers or thundershowers may occur at a few places in the Uva province and in the Batticaloa and the Ampara districts, particularly in the evening or night. Mainly fair weather will prevail elsewhere. This weather report was issued this morning at 4:30 a.m. Further details could be obtained by visiting the official website of the department. Meanwhile, the international weather forecast website AccuWeather.com predicts that Colombo's weather would be generally bright during the day. There will be cloudy weather in the afternoon. Today's daytime temperature would be around 29 degrees Celsius. There will be light showers in many places in the Colombo district in the night. Tonight's temperature will be around 27 degrees Celsius and there will be scattered showers in select spots late in the night. The ground temperature would be 26 degrees Celsius at the time of this news broadcast. The air quality index is 16, which shows a fair condition in Colombo. The air quality is generally acceptable for most individuals. That was the weather report, and now the headlines of this news broadcast once again. World Habitat Day falls today. Many functions organized under strict health guidelines to mark this day. Several housing projects completed with the Indian government's assistance will be vested with the public today. The ADB approves a $110 million loan for healthcare development in Sri Lanka. The daily COVID cases count reached 800 yesterday. Sri Lanka confirms 40 more COVID-19 deaths. In news overseas, the Pandora Papers, secret wealth and dealings of world leaders exposed. In sports news, Manchester City complained to Liverpool about fan allegedly spitting at member of staff. That concludes this news broadcast.